this video series, I'm going to transparently document my journey to getting funded $500,000 with prop firms. But the catch is, I'm going to attempt to not lose a single dollar to prop firm challenge fees by 100% hedging my account, making an almost infinite risk to reward opportunity. I'm going to be using an incredible algorithmic trading solution that we've been working on for the past 4 years that we've dumped over $2 million into, and a unique trading philosophy we call prop farming that's now helped our community of over 700 traders get funded. Now, warning, this is an experiment. I may succeed and I also may fall flat on my face, so make sure that you stay tuned. Okay, so welcome back, and I've got some exciting news. We were able to pass 2 more prop firm challenges with FXify, and we are now funded a total of $400,000 of the $500,000, which is incredible. So as you can see here, you see that we had 2 more phase 2 passes. One was with Titan X and one was with Titan AC. And you can see I have 1 more phase 2 that is in progress. So hopefully we'll end up getting the $500,000 funded here really quickly. And just so you know that these aren't just numbers in a spreadsheet, here is the actual certifications of passing the challenges. Here's the first one. Here's the second one, which is passed on 4/24. This one was passed on 4/25. And this one was passed on 4/10, as you can see here. So that's great and all, the fact that we are getting funded. And the cool part is that I haven't taken a single manual trade. This has all been done using our algorithmic trading solutions that I'm simply just downloading the strategies from this leaderboard here. And I'm really simply just selecting this top strategies on here. I'm looking for the overall pass rate or how well it's done historically. And then I'm also trying to find strategies that pass or fail rather quickly. And again, my funded rate could be a little bit higher than it is had I been going for strategies with a little bit better pass rate, but happen to have slower average overall days. But because I'm hedging the accounts, I don't necessarily care as much about how successful the strategy is because I know that I'm not going to lose any money. I'm just trying to do this as quick as possible. And again, if you haven't watched episode 0 of the show, it's really pretty simple. All I'm doing is I'm going ahead and I'm trading our Titan X or Titan AC robot on my prop firm account. And then I'm funding a small personal account with basically 3 times the challenge amount. So if the 100K challenge cost me $500, then I'm funding my personal account with $1,500. And if the prop firm account is in sell trades, and I'm taking buy trades. And the idea is to basically break even if I am to lose or fail a prop firm challenge. And the really cool part about this is that the hedge bot does all of these calculations for us. So now let's go ahead and let's actually take a look at how well is this actually working, and is it actually working? Well, if you look so far I have failed 10 phase 1 challenges. I've gone ahead and I've passed 5 phase 1 challenges. I have yet to fail a phase 2 challenge, and I've passed 4 phase 2 challenges. So if I divide the 4 funded accounts by the 15 total challenges that I've taken, I get a 26.67% funded rate. And again, this is shaping up to be within the range of what I'm expecting. I think I showed these numbers last time. My partner Joe took 70 challenges. During a winning period, he had a 50% funded rate. And during a losing period, he had about a 29% funded rate. And so what we've seen is our funded rate anywhere from 25 to 50%, which puts you leagues and bounds ahead of people that are trying to pass prop firm challenges by themselves. The average is only about 6%. I showed this guy Pascal. He's like the top 0.001% of manual traders. He took 41 challenges. He passed 12 of them. So he basically had a funded rate of 29%. And this is a guy that's had like over $3 million in prop firm payouts. So he's elite traders. And I'm pretty close to his funded rate. And I haven't even taken a manual trade myself. So with that being said, I'm pretty happy. Now, the thing that's even cooler about all of this is the fact that I'm not really losing money to prop firm challenge fees when I go ahead and I fail the challenge. So you can see here, for example, I failed this challenge. My hedged result was I spent $391 on this challenge. I actually made $606. And so my net result was $215. This one, for example, I also failed. It cost me $415, but I made $442. So you can see I netted out $26 positively. Now, this was the one that I really screwed up on. So this one cost me $445. My hedge result was actually negative $176. And so total, I ended up losing $622. So this was a user error. This was me setting it up incorrectly, and this has pretty much bombed the experiment for me. Besides that, you can see on a lot of the failed ones, I'm really close to break even. This one cost me $39, $37 I actually made, $39 I actually lost. And so you can see on average, it gets really, really close to hedging the entire challenge amount, except for this one where I totally screwed it up and this kind of wrecked me. But overall, if we look at it, to take 15 challenges, it's only cost me $687. And if you're to do the math on that, to take 15 challenges, normally that would cost you around $500 per challenge times 15. That would normally cost you like $7,500. And so far, it's only cost me $687, which is like a 90% plus discount. And had I not made the error, which maybe you're not going to be dumb enough to do, on setting up the hedge bot that one time, it would have only cost me $65 to take 15 tries at prop firm challenges, which is absolutely incredible. Now, the reason why I made that error is because it started to get a little bit hectic dealing with all of these challenges. At one point, I had like 8 different going on. It's kind of like a lot to manage and make sure that you have each one going correctly. And so that was just basically a user error on my end. So technically, I believe that I'm going to fail the experiment and I am going to lose more than $1. But at the same time, I'm pretty pleased overall, understanding that had I not made that error, I would have only lost like $60 or so. Now, in regards to my funded rate, I think my funded rate could actually be a little bit higher. I think the law of large numbers will continue to play out, and I think it'll rise over time. However, one of the things is that I am taking mostly FXify challenges simply because they allow US traders to trade with MetaTrader 5, which just makes it easier since you don't have to use a trade copier. We do have our match trader copier that should be out this week, thankfully, which will open up a whole bunch of other prop firms for US traders, including True Forex funds, Funding Pips, MyFlash Funding. Any prop firm that allows the match trader platform will now be able to trade onto. So one thing that I'm not super happy about is I am fairly reliant on the FXify prop firm at this point. But as soon as our match trader copier is working properly, then I'm going to be going ahead and I'm going to be using True Forex funds again. You can see that they're now in the United States with Match Trader. This was a prop firm that I believe I was funded $400,000 or $500,000 with before, and they were really, really good. No issues with getting payouts or anything like that. So I will start using True Forex funds here very shortly, probably next week when our Match Trader copier is actually working with them. Now, one other development that we are making, you'll see that this net result, sometimes it'll make more than the challenge amount. Like in this case, my challenge fee was $380 and I made $417, but sometimes it'll actually make less. So for example, this was a $403 challenge fee and I only made back $283. So the net difference was I actually lost $121. So we're actually doing some additional calculations into our hedge bot, which it's basically going to recalculate the number that it needs to recover each day to hopefully get it actually closer and closer to the challenge fee. So this is something else that we're in developing, and I'm assuming will be available within a week or two, which should allow us to actually get really, really close results to the exact challenge fee, which will allow you to not have these swings in differentials between the challenge fee and what you actually earn. One thing that I'll note about the funded rate as well is FXify is a little bit more difficult to pass than a lot of the other prop firms like Funding Pips or MyFlash Funding or True Forex funds, or even the 5%ers. The reason being is because you have to do a 10% profit target in phase 1, and you only have 10% max drawdown overall. Whereas if you're to look at a prop firm like, say, True Forex funds, for example, you only have to do 8% profit target and you have 10% max drawdown overall. So True Forex funds is probably at least 20% easier to pass just based on the profit to drawdown ratio than FXify. So had I been using an easier to pass prop firm, I'd expect the funded rate to be probably a little bit closer to about like 33%, considering that's about 20% increase from where we're at right now. Hey, so make sure that you stay tuned. Hopefully by the next episode, I've completed the goal and have $500,000 funding. And then also on that episode, I'm going to be talking about what my plan is to trade these funded accounts and how I'm going to recover any of the money that I lost on the challenges that I actually passed. Because on the ones that I passed, right, I'm actually losing money in my real account, even though I'm getting the funded account. So I'm going to explain the plan there to make sure that I don't lose any money at all overall and just turn these into little mini profit centers. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and stay tuned to the next episode.